Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing out there? Welcome to Baggage Claim. It's your first time here. Welcome. So glad you chose to spend some time with us. I hope you hang around because it will be entertaining and hopefully you get something out of it. If you're a regular here,
Welcome back.
At Baggage Claim, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. So you know the drill, man. Wherever you're at, whatever your week's been like, whatever your day's been like. I mean, it's 2026. Take a deep breath. We're gonna have some fun during this podcast. Dig into some good conversations. And hopefully you walk away with some tools. But grab your favorite drink, whatever that is, coffee, tea, or something strong, or whatever it is you want. Pull up to the table and let's jump into some conversation today. Everybody good with that?
Yeah,
Sweet.
we record these a little bit ahead of time. And so what we've just have been through in North Georgia is quite an extraordinary ice storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have all been kind of trapped at home.
Ice is everywhere, and there's definitely no telling where you might get stuck.
No.
Yeah,
including
like
producer Michael.
Slid off our driveway into the
Slid
yard.
right off our driveway today.
And there's it's a little bit of a drop off of the
Yeah,
driveway.
thankfully
So.
Greg's truck could pull him out.
And
But
thankfully, the Amazon driver didn't run right in. I thought he was
it's
going to
close.
barrel
he
into
also
my car.
slid on the ice.
So we all have a little cabin fever. So we're
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
about recording this episode.
I'm also excited.
Yeah, good. So, cool. We want to do
Question
time. I think I'm going with a smooth jazz voice from now on.
Ooh,
All right.
okay.
Who's got the question?
Do we change it up with the smooth jazz?
No,
So, all
no,
right, we
you
won't.
just
We
do
won't.
you do you,
I'll
bro.
yeah, okay. Yeah, so question. What opinion do you have on a certain subject that most likely nobody else even cares about?
Nobody else or the majority of people?
Maybe the
I would go with
majority
majority.
of people.
Majority of people?
Because there's some weird opinions people may have, but
There are
actually
some
might
weird
agree with
opinions.
you, though. So I wouldn't say, majority.
And an opinion or like I'm sort of
Just a feeling about something.
okay.
I have
Here's
a-
some okay, go ahead. No, share.
I have a very strong opinion. That's probably because I'm a teacher, that words should be pronounced correctly. And it absolutely grinds my nerves when they are not.
If you did that, then we would never technically pronounce the H in any word. So I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go get my hair done today.
That's old English. This is the modern day. But like
Or I am so honored.
that some of the words stuck.
That's true. Some of them did.
Yeah. But like,
That's why I say
So
honored.
it frustrates you when people don't enunciate.
yes. And I don't mean to throw you under the
You are
bus.
are you really going to do this? Really?
But
Girl, don't wait.
All right, so what's
it's-
like a number one word that like just gets under your skin?
Jess loves to correct me when I don't say the words correctly that she wants me to say them.
you say Valentine's, like a time of day, time.
That's what it is, Valentine.
Valentine. And
First
you
off, it's a dumb day.
it is
anyway.
a dumb thing. I agree. I'm not
Stupid
arguing with the
day.
validity of the day. It's just how to say it. And you say birthday with an F in there.
Oh, that's
Happy
right.
birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. What's up?
That's what you do.
He does.
All right, maybe I do. I don't know. You're welcome for saying happy birthday to you.
Oh, you just said it right.
You did say it right. It was probably the peer pressure.
I worked really hard for 14 years to make that be like an endearing quality. And everything else about you is. That's the one thing that drives me nuts. And you know it drives me nuts, though.
Well, happy birthday to you.
I think sometimes you do it on purpose.
I am now. Now I'm going to do it all the time on purpose. So mine is, I don't know if you, I don't know where you're listening to this at. We're north of Atlanta a little bit in Gainesville, Georgia. There's QTs on every corner, it feels like.
Yeah.
Have you
that
ever
racetrack.
noticed how many cars are at the QT at the gas pump and there's no one in them?
Yes.
Yes.
It is insane. Like, I don't know what they are doing or where they're going or
They're
what's
inside
happening.
getting them roller deals, you know what I mean?
Or getting
Well,
a
it's like-
pretzel is what they're getting in
But
there
it's
doing.
like, bro, you have to sit and wait, and there's like 10 cars with no one in them just sitting at the gas pump.
It's like just scooch up and get in the
Because
parking
you
spot.
tapped to pay.
Yeah.
You know you paid at the pump.
Yeah.
Then get out the way and go get your...
Just scooch up and go get you a Chiquito over there on the rollers.
Not two for one, but the hot dogs, the 2 hot dogs.
Oh, those suckers are good.
Yeah, that's fire.
You do love a quick trip.
I do love
hot dog.
I do love a quick trip hot dog.
I'm a fan of the pretzel. I'll go and get a pretzel. But I move my Jeep out of the way. I go in a parking spot.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's like, and there's like 45 gas pumps there.
Yeah, see, I like play it by ear. Like, I'll look and see if it's full, then I'll move my car.
Do you think majority of people would agree with you? Because that's what we're talking about. It's like an opinion you feel strongly about. Do you think majority of people would agree with you?
I don't know. Most people don't probably.
Judging by the amount of people that Greg gets sit behind at QT with their
most
car
people
sitting there.
probably don't even recognize that. They just get gas and leave. I'm just looking around, pondering because my ADHD or whatever it is, I have some mind disorder that can't focus on anything. So I'm looking around going, where is everybody at? I'm the only one out here pumping gas.
You do question the behavior of other drivers on the road way more often than I think regular people do.
This is not about that.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot more people would agree with that because I always question behavior of other drivers.
I don't even.
Yeah,
I'm just in my own little world.
I'm happy for you.
Listen to music.
What's yours?
All right, so mine, and I don't know if this is, because it's not like a strong opinion, but I do it all the time. It's almost like tradition for me at this point. Like, you know how some people will put up a Christmas tree like crazy early, like before Thanksgiving early or even before like Halloween early? I'm like, I got to get my money's worth out of that thing. So I'm normally not the early setter-upper, but I'm the late taker downer.
We are recording this at the end of January.
Yeah, I still got my Christmas tree up. My lights going.
Is it
Michael?
real?
Yeah, it's a real tree. And like I normally
There's no way it's a lie. That's a fire hazard, bro.
No, it is not. And it smells amazing in my house.
What kind of tree is it?
Just it's a Christmas tree, Greg.
There's different types.
No, I think it's a...
Is it a Fraser fir?
Yeah, I think it's a Fraser fir.
He doesn't know.
I don't know. It's just whatever the nice ones at Home Depot.
Got little bitty needles on it.
Yeah, little bitty needles.
There's no way that thing is still alive.
Well, it was dead when it got cut down.
No, it was in the process of dying.
In the process of.
No, but like the needles have not been falling. It's also gave it a lot of good growth stuff when I first put it in the bucket. But yeah, so I'll probably take it down in the next week or two.
I would feel like majority of people would disagree with that opinion.
And I
leaving
get that.
it.
But as long as you take it down before Valentine's Day.
Good one, honey.
You're welcome.
No, I don't know. I just enjoy the aesthetic of a Christmas tree lit up.
As do I, which is why we take down Christmas and I put up new trees that are silver for winter trees.
Yeah, but ain't nobody got time for that.
Thank you.
I do. And it's lovely.
It is.
No, it's just a more process of unplugging things when you go to bed at night. More things to unplug. But anyway, so this is exciting times here at Baggage Claim. There's a lot of stuff going on. By the time you hear this, our website, our podcast is getting a website. I mean, it only took us 50 episodes.
We're fancy.
Yeah, well, almost 50 episodes to get us a website. We're doing a live event. We do have, if you're listening to this and you're somewhere, I don't care. I mean, if you're anywhere and you want to come to it, come to it. Our live event is going to be on February the
21st?
The February 21st on a Saturday from 4 o'clock to 5:15. It's live. We're recording. We're going to do giveaways. Lots of really cool giveaways.
Yeah.
So if you come and you bear through listening to us do this live, you may win some stuff. You may
the
get to go
whole
home with some
idea
stuff.
of doing a live podcast literally makes me want to throw up.
I don't know, but you were also describing the giveaways, and they're pretty freaking awesome.
They are.
Just gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have quite a few.
We have everything from a photo shoot to our woodworker guys giving us one. We have a salon's doing some stuff.
Yeah, we're still working
us.
the details out on the salon.
Yeah, and then even our daughter has started quilting and doing she made these things called bowl koozies. So she's going to have a basket full of her stuff that she's made that you can get. She's going to give away.
So we'll share some more details as we get it all
so
nailed
anyway,
out.
mark your calendars. It's going to be at Chestnut Mountain Church. It's not a church event. They're just so kind and so awesome to let us use their front foyer, which is super cool. Great place where we can all hang out. There's plenty of room for us, and we'll have some coffee and some refreshments and some tea and stuff. So make sure you mark your calendar, turn it into a date night. So get a babysitter, come check out the podcast, and then go out and have some fun and talk about what we talk about at the podcast and dig a little deeper into that. So mark your calendars for that. That's coming up.
And don't make fun of me when I'm a nervous wreck in front of people.
Yeah, it could be fun.
This is so far, just in general, this is so far outside of my comfort zone. And then we're going to actually speak in front of people. I'm just.
But this is a chance for us. I really, really want to meet our listeners and just kind of hang out with you guys. So you can get there. I mean, if you can get there a little early, get there a little early because we will start at 4:00. So get there a little early. We can hang out, chat. We'll try to hang out afterwards and just have a good time. So it's just a fun time for all of us. And there will be a chance for you to interject and to ask questions during the podcast live. So it'd be a good chance to stump Jess and ask her a really hard question.
Oh, my gosh.
I already got my questions written down. I know what I'm asking.
So we've really been like, we started this podcast just to help couples and help marriages and help. I mean, our heartbeat is for blended families, but for marriages in general and just relationships. And so,
not that we think ours is perfect, but
oh Lord, no. And so
we just know what we've worked hard towards, and it's been very helpful.
Yeah, we've not written a book, we've not done any of those things, but we've got a lot of life experience, 14 years of that. And I have a few years of some consulting background. So what we have done is we've been working on behind the scenes a lot of helping to build a framework because in the next month, hopefully around our live podcast, we're going to kick off some cool services options that we're going to be doing, such as actual marriage coaching, relationship coaching, some masterminds, which is a group of people together walking through. But we have a framework.
You had to explain to me what a mastermind was.
Yes. Jess is like, what does that mean? I was like, it's basically like a group going through something. And so what we've done is we created a little bit of framework. And if you haven't noticed, we've been talking through this framework the whole time. It just looks a little different. And so we're going to actually put some wheels to this, some things to it. You'll be able to go onto our website. If you're listening to this, you can go to our website. It's unpacktogether.com and actually see these steps. And then there's a thing of which step am I in? And you can take a little self-assessment, figure out where you're at. So enough of that crap. Let's get into some fun stuff because I feel like I'm listening to this podcast who's like, dude, shut your mouth and say something entertaining.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Quit talking and talk about fun stuff.
Okay. So we believe all healthy relationships are based on what? Jess, do you have an idea?
Baggage. Communication.
No, we always say if you want to have a healthy relationship, you need to be the healthiest version of yourself.
Okay, well that lead in was not exactly forthcoming.
I didn't set you up great.
So yeah.
So, but we always say
we should practice these things.
Should we? We are strictly going off the cuff tonight.
We are.
So we always say it's like if you want to have a great relationship, you need to be the healthiest version of yourself, not just physically.
No.
Because it's true, we all have baggage.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing it into everything, every part of our life, like into our relationships. Our baggage is with our kids. Our baggage is at work. We're just carrying this crap everywhere. So there's three main things, three kind of big areas.
Yes.
We've broken it up that we believe. The first one is you. So most things it's like, hey, we want you to work on you. So what we did is we took these three areas and we broke them into 9 steps. So there's actually...
Well, you said there's 3 areas, but then you only said one of them.
Okay, yes. There's you. Then there's us, which is the marriage, the relationship that you're in. And then there's family, which is everybody included into that. So it goes you, us, family. So those are the 3 kind of categories that we have.
Yes.
Under those 3 categories, we said, let's make this easy, like as easy as we can. So create almost...
Well, not easy necessarily, but simple.
Yeah, to create a roadmap.
Because none of this is easy. I don't want people to think this is easy.
Yeah, if you're looking for a silver bullet, this is not the place to get it. Like you're not going to find that one thing that's going to be like, ooh. No. I believe life change happens one small step at a time.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's one reason, like and I know you hate those, but our New Year's resolutions that we do, sometimes we go with these grandeur ideas of these massive things like um like our daughter-in-law has been trying to do 75 hard for 4 weeks, and she keeps starting over and over because 75 hard, if
she
you don't
started
know what
over
that
literally
is,
4 times.
just Google it. It's insane.
It's
what
a
you have to
huge
do.
commitment.
Yeah, massive,
With
massive.
your physical health and how much you work out and what you eat and how much water you drink and how many books you're reading. Like it's a lot. Journaling, it's a lot.
I'm not
Especially
saying-
for a young mommy, a stay-at-home mommy with a 17-month-old Lucy Grace running around. I'm just like, whoa.
And so many times we because we want change. Like we all desire to be better. We all want to be, but sometimes we take these incredibly lofty goals and we put them on ourselves, and then we're just doomed to fail because it's like, okay, well let's start with something simple. Like for me, it's like, okay, cut back on sodas or cut back on any kind of drink and just drink more water.
Yeah.
Let's just try drinking water. Drink water when you go out or drink water with your meal.
Mm-hmm.
Start simple. And then once you do that, it's like, okay, now let's eat something a little healthier.
Mm-hmm.
So it's little step at a time because, I mean, healthy relationships, healthy marriages are not a quick fix.
No.
It's a work, and you have to be intentional about the work.
But then when you think about it on the other side, it is work. But when you break it down to its most important pieces, it's very simple. You just have to you have to try.
Well, it's
and
hard.
Stay focused.
Yeah. You're right. You got to stay focused, and you have to be at a point to where you can let go. Like this is why I say you, because so many times things don't work out the way you want them to, and so you start putting on your expectations or your things on them, and then it just becomes really, really hard.
Yeah.
And so we're going to dig into some of these steps really quick. We're not going to spend a ton of time on them, but I want you may find yourself in one of these kind of places.
If you're honest with yourself, you will find yourself somewhere.
Yeah. And that's the hardest part. I mean, if I was giving you one advice and thinking about these things and thinking about your relationship, is be honest with who you are and where you're at.
Yeah.
So,
and we're going to be careful not to give away too much on the podcast because we truly do want you to go to our website and look at this.
Yeah.
This is here's some more information. But
so step 1 is know your operating system. You know, what does that mean?
You got to know yourself.
Yeah.
You have to know how you work. And some of that, I mean, I learned early on in our relationship when didn't realize we were working on this specific thing, but I was trying to figure myself out. And I had done a lot of work on myself before we met each other. So I was pretty confident and secure in who I was. But when you and I got together, it changes some things. But you have to know who you are and be okay with it, all the good and the bad, and own it and figure out how to work with it.
Yeah. Step 1 is one of those things like, you know your operating system, but there's a lot of times, like even right now in our studio, we have to update our operating system on our computer before we can download some software, some new software that we need. So in life, you're going to have to update the way you operate.
You do.
And if you're like, no, this is just the way I am, if that's where you're at, you're going to have a really hard time having healthy relationships.
Well, and in all honesty, some of it might be, that's just the way I am according to lots of different factors. But also, you've let that be the way you are, but you need to pick it apart and figure it out.
Yeah, because in all reality, you are the way you are because of your environment, what you grew up in, how you were raised, all those different things you went through, the baggage you've accumulated, may have been trauma. There's so many things that it could have happened.
But that doesn't excuse the work that needs to be done in your own self.
Correct. And so taking some time to analyze, figure out what works in an operating system, what needs to be updated, what needs to be dealt with, and, figured out, because you're taking all that into the marriage and with your kids.
Yeah.
So.
And if step 1 wasn't hard enough, we have step 2. It's about naming emotion before reaction. It's about gaining emotional intelligence.
Yeah, this is hard for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Guys are harder at emotional intelligence. Unless they're salespeople. Most salespeople are aware. They can read rooms. They can know their emotions. They can kind of keep checking them. I say some, not all, but
reading a room is not the same thing of being able to read your own emotions. So
No, but it's also not my emotions, but being able to read the emotions of the people I'm around. Knowing when something's off, when something's wrong, when it's time to be quiet, when it's time to speak up, when it's time to. I mean, that's all emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
But of course, if you don't know how you react, so many times we just expect everybody to act and think and look just like we do. But yeah, this one's
hard.
This one's tough. This one takes a lot of work. I don't care how old you are or where you're at. This is one you can always dig back into and go, I can learn a little more. Yeah. I can be a little better at this.
You have to want to, though.
Yeah, you're going to find yourself in a rut, stuck, and you're not going to want to change, but you need to. Yeah, it's that one is tough.
Yeah.
Step 3 out of the one, we're still in the you part, is choose response over reflex. So our natural, we have the fight or flight kind of mechanism that happens in our bodies, that how we act. Like when something happens to us, we have a response to that. If we don't stop and spend some time to kind of reflect on it and go, what does that really mean? What's the truth behind that?
Right.
Because we tell ourselves some crazy stories. Like, I mean, just insane things sometimes. Like, I have some that I could go into right now, but I don't want to, because it's very personal with naming people, and I don't want to do that because you really wouldn't understand it. But it's, yeah,
it's kind of like I'm trying to read you. And I think, okay, I'm watching you, and this is hypothetically speaking. You haven't spoken to me much this afternoon, so I'm going to read that as you're mad at me about something, so I'm going to act that way too, rather than, like, that's my reflex, is I'm going to do it back at you.
Yeah.
And that's not healthy.
Well, in most relationships, we do that.
Like, we do.
Well, she's not cleaning the dishes, so, and oh my gosh, I've tried this so many times of like, look, I'm mad. I'm not going to say anything to her until she says something to me.
I'll be quiet for days.
Like, I'm not going to take the first step. Yeah, there's been times where I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to play it out. I was like, how are you functioning?
I will be quiet for days.
Yeah, I can't do that. I may last a couple hours, but I was like, I am not good at that. But I've tried that method, like, oh, well, I'll just shut down too. I can't. It's not in my wheelhouse to just shut down and stop. But this is one of those that takes a lot of practice. It just takes that of just repetitive going over and over and over.
And it's all about how you respond to each other.
Yeah. And so that's it for the you part. I mean, that's it.
That's all.
That's all there is. Get that and you're good
Check
to go.
Check those boxes off.
But I tell you this, though. Like, if you do not address those things in yourself, when you step into a marriage or relationship, you're bringing a lot of stuff into that marriage that you don't even know how to name or respond to how you're feeling or what's going on in your life. And it just creates there's a lot of confusion on both sides.
So when one spouse asks the other one, what is wrong with you? You don't know if you haven't really unpacked this part.
Nothing usually comes up because it's like,
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's a complex answer.
Like,
but
no, you're not.
Yeah, nothing. I'm good.
So that was a lot about you, your own self, how to be a healthy version of yourself. So step 2 or section 2 is about us.
Yes. So this is the fun part of, it's no longer just about you. It's about, and it's about the relationship you're in, the marriage. And so, will you read step 4?
Yeah. Step 4 is rebuild the language of safety. It's all about communication.
Yeah. This is one, for me, I almost think like words matter.
Yeah.
Like we have these crazy things, like, and this is where if we don't stop and reflect above the emotional intelligence, sometimes we just say crap that we don't really mean, that we say we don't mean. But I always say, if that came out of your mouth, that's somewhere in your heart.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you just speak anger, you may be frustrated, but it's easier just to go, just take a breath, relax, and be like, is that really how you feel? Like, and so this was communication. If you've got communication nailed down, you're like, bro, I got that. Then, send me an email and lay it out for me because I'd love to.
It's not just, obviously, communication is sharing your thoughts and how you really feel, but it's also receiving and giving communication in the way that the other one can identify with. Like, I'm super sensitive to your tone.
Yes.
Super. And you may or may not mean anything by it, but I'm going to hear it and I'm going to be like, he's mad. Something's wrong. What did I do? Kind of thing. But tone doesn't always mean anything to you. Silence is what means something to you.
Yeah. Like, as long as you're talking, I'm good. It's when you go silent and
Yeah.
I don't hear any words from you. That's when my red flags go off. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why are we silent?
But we've done the work and we know that about each other.
Yes. I know that's how you react. And I know that's what happens when you get in those situations.
Mm-hmm. So the next step of us, this is technically step 5 in this whole process.
But but we're in the second section of us.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know why I just did that.
I don't either.
All right, so if you want to, for me, and we've said this time and time again, you want to know the 2 things that kill all relationships, whether they're work, whether there are marriages.
Don't set me up to answer it. You just say what's in your brain.
Yes, ma'am. is lack of communication and unmet expectations.
Yeah.
It will destroy a work relationship. It'll destroy a marriage. It'll destroy any relationship you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And so step 5 is clarify expectations before they become resentments.
Yes.
And so that's one of those things, like, you have this expectation of what you want or what you expect. We have them in all of our relationships, no matter what they are. Like, you have an expectation of the person at QT. Like, when you go up to pay, sorry for being on the QT train.
We don't necessarily, but you do.
Yeah, you're going to take my money. There's an exchange happening here. I have an expectation of what's going to happen. And those guys were like 4 registers at one time, which is flipping amazing.
And they're so kind.
Yeah, very
and
nice
so
people.
just chill.
Yeah. So we all have expectations in relationships.
Yeah.
I guess is the essence what I'm trying to say. And we just don't verbalize those a lot and say what those are. So therefore, we so many times they don't get met. And then we internalize those. And it's like, well, you don't like me, or you don't want to be around me. And then we start telling ourselves these incredible lies and all this ridiculousness that we have, that we just, because our mind is trying to fill the void of why that feels off. And so we do that. And it's all about just unmet expectations. Like, and just be clear. Just be clear.
And you develop those in your brain before you even realize that's what you've done.
Yeah, and you don't. We did an exercise with a couple one time. We're like, separately, write down expectations that you have from your wife. You write down ones you have as a mountain. We're going to come together at the table and talk about them. And everybody's like, "What?" Like, sometimes they were crazy. Just to talk about those.
Yeah.
So,
sorry, I had a burp. I had to move away. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
So step 6 in this whole process is remember why you chose each other.
Yeah. Go back to the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, I would almost say this should be at the top of the list in general of marriage. Remember why you chose each other in the first place.
I think this is one of those things, though. This is an easy exercise that we don't do a whole lot. Like, tell stories in the fact of, remember when we used to do, remember when we did this, or remember that trip. Like, we were even just talking about this week. Like, remember when we took Callie to New York and it snowed 27 inches?
Yeah.
Because
it was the 10-year anniversary of that snowstorm, and then they had another one this year. Yeah.
And so we were just talking about fun things like, remember when we used to get together and this is what we used to go buy the box of tacos, and you just remember why you don't, because life is so incredibly busy and overpowering that it will suck the life out of you and you forget.
Yeah.
You become roommates.
Yeah. Life is hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's hard. And again, I keep saying this. We're not saying that any of this is easy, and our marriage is not easy. But if you just remember why you chose each other and try to kind of go through these steps as you're living life together, it may feel like it might be exhausting, but once you get into the rhythm of being aware of these things, it becomes easier.
Yeah, they become just little check-ins. Just like, hey, did we get that? We got that? Yeah, okay, we're good.
All right, so now we're in the third section of family.
Woo,
yep.
we're just, if you can see, we went from self
Yeah.
to couple to family. It's just getting
More.
there's more people being added into the equation
I was
as we
going to
go.
say more intense. Yeah.
And usually when you add more people, it makes things more interesting.
Yeah, it does. So step 7 of 9 is define the culture that you want. I think a lot of people forget this.
Oh, I would, if you ask me, I think 98 and 99% of couples don't even think about culture with their family and their kids.
Yeah. Life just happens to you. But you get to control the culture of your home.
Yeah, you get to set it. You get to let the chaos define it for you. Like, figure out what your culture is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You're the leaders. You get to define that. You get to figure it out.
Yeah, because if you don't define it, like you just said, chaos will define it for you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it makes everything else more difficult.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Well, if you don't, like your sports teams, your other teams, all those other things in life will define it for you.
Yeah.
They'll pick your time. They'll suck up your time if you let
They
them.
will. And I don't mean to graze past step 7, but step 8 is invite your kids into the culture. Like, while you're setting the culture, you need to invite your kids. Now, age appropriate, obviously. You don't let a 4-year-old decide what you're doing for the week. But as they grow up, it's important to talk to them about why you're making the choices that you're making. And, one of the phrases that we used to say all the time when our kids were teenagers of, we're all on the same team. And they hated it, but they knew it and they still know it.
Yeah, they still dislike it as much as they did.
They still hate it, but they appreciate it.
The thing is, we allowed our kids to have a say in this. It wasn't like, oh, kids, you get to pick where we eat every night. And I was like, no, when you start paying, then you can pick. Now, sometimes I may be like, hey, here's your 2 choices. You guys can fight over where we're going. Or sometimes it's just like, I'm not saying you give the kids the power. You allow your kids to have a voice in the culture.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that's a huge thing when you invite them in, allow them to be a part of it. So you can refer back to and go, hey, remember when we said we weren't going to yell and hit?
Yeah.
Because that's just not who we are. So help me understand why you yelled at your brother and hit him.
There's the phrase.
And
Help me understand.
Why did you hit him?
Yeah.
Well, I was mad. Why are you mad?
It's about buy-in, though. I want you to be bought into our relationship just as husband and wife, but we also wanted our kids bought in as a family.
Yeah.
And I know that we are a blended family, but this is for traditional or core family, whatever you want to label them. It works for that as well, and it should be appreciated the same way.
Yeah, I mean, we had core values we had hung up in our house. Like, our kids made those. We hung them up, and we always referred to those when we were going to do something or if we were whatever it was, we always referred back to our core values.
They're
you
in
may
the
think
podcast room.
That's cheesy.
Yeah.
And it's in the same sense as like, okay, well, why do you have them at work?
Yeah.
Like, what's your core values at work? Are those cheesy too?
Right.
Like, you have a culture at work. You have a culture at home. There's cultures everywhere. Like, every restaurant you go in has a culture. You just get to set what it gets to be. So
Yeah.
I don't want to get on that soapbox because I feel like that's probably one of the most neglected spaces for families.
Yeah.
That we just don't do a lot with.
So step 9 is build rhythms that sustain growth. It's all about consistency. You are who you say you are, but then you got to live it too.
Yeah, this is the hard part of life.
It is.
Just keep doing it. When it gets hard and it seems frustrating, you just keep plugging away at the things that you guys decided that you've worked through. That you said, "Hey, here's what we're going to be about. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how frustrating it is, this is where we're at."
And no, it's not always pretty. It's still not pretty.
It's rarely pretty.
Yeah, but when you work for the things that matter, you get good results.
So, I mean, you're welcome. We just broke every relationship down to the 9 steps. So
easy. Follow these 9 easy steps, and you'll have a successful relationship. No.
It truly is a mindset of thinking about, I'm going to invest and I'm going to work through this, and we're going to go one step at a time. I believe I've said this earlier, I believe best life change happens. The ones that stick and the ones that grab are slow progression of steps, not huge leaps. Just let's take a step. Let's see what happens. Let's take a step and let's move forward and keep going from there. So that's kind of the baggage claim framework for how we do everything. So when we talk about stuff in the podcast, it's either in the you section, it's in the marriage section, or it's in the family culture section. Sometimes every now and then we just throw in some really fun kind
ridiculousness.
Yeah, but that's kind of the framework of where that's at. Miguel, are you going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, what is, when you step back and look at this, 30,000 foot view, whatever you want to call it, what is the reason you would encourage someone to walk through these steps?
Because it gives a process it gives a process and a framework for develop this is how I work. Because if I look at our relationship and go, oh my gosh, all I'm trying to do is this is broke, I fix this is broke, I fix that, and I become reactionary and not proactive. So I'm just reacting to situations. This kind of breaks it down and gives a framework where it says I need to start here and work through these things. And as I get these things down, those other things will probably take care of themselves as I work through those things. It's kind of like if you look at Dave Ramsey's steps, like the steps that he has, like you're not going into this going, I'm going to attack all the debt and get rid of all the debt that I have. It's like, no, let's start here and do this one thing with emergency funds. I don't know if you're a Dave Ramsey fan or not. So it's like, instead of attacking these things in your relationship with like, well, this is the problem, so I'm just going to fix the problem. It's almost looking at it going, okay, what do I have a grip on and what do I not? Where do I need to start in this process? Because there's some people out there who are very emotionally intelligent. They know their baggage. They know their operating system. They know how they work. They know those things. Maybe they've never taken the time to unpack those and figure out how they impact how they are in their marriage.
You are a process guy. You do like a framework just because that's just kind of how your brain works. Me, I'm more of an emotional person, and not in a bad way, but just I think I'm a girl, but also I think that way. I think emotionally. So when I have these things that breaks down things into different categories, and then the categories are broken down to help me think through, like, why do I react the way I do when this happens? Or why is this part so important to me? It helps me make sense of it for me. It just breaks it down to easier to digest parts. So it's
I think that's
backwards, but it still worked. Like for you and I, our viewpoints are opposite, but they still meet in the middle.
Right.
Well, and I think because many times, like going back to what you were talking earlier, Greg, like sometimes stuff like this can just be cheesy.
Yeah.
And I agree, like sometimes it is like, but I've also, like, especially at work, things like this can be very cheesy. But I've also been in areas of work where it was insanely effective.
Yes.
Ridiculously effective.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, since I've been in an environment where that was, I've maintained that, like, I must have that in my own framework when I work.
Right.
Like when I go do what I do, when I, clock in on Monday morning, whatever that looks like. But listening to this here and y'all talking, I'm like, if I do that at work for the sake of success and for the sake of a healthy organization of people who report to me, all that kind of stuff, I'm like, how much more important is that to do for your relationships?
Yeah.
To do for your family.
And sometimes, honestly, we will, as we get into this, we'll break down and have questions for each one of those sections. So it's like sections like if you are in a relationship, like at work, you're like, hey, how are you? Or what's going on? Or tell me these things about you. Hey, tell me your relationships. Like how's things with so-and-so? Like what's happening? What's new with this? So you work your way from those things down. And there's always a progression of questions from you don't go to tell me your deep, darkest secret to be like, hey, bro, did you watch the game? Like, it's like, let's start with an easy surface level question. And we'll go through some of those things too, as we dig into these things more. But yeah, a framework is always good to give you something to work off of, give you a starting point.
Well, it's not to say that it has to follow everything y'all said 100%.
No.
Because you may come across, section us where you're talking about you and a spouse or you and whoever you're in a relationship with. Is like that may trigger out something completely separate to go work on and focus on.
Right.
And it varies. But I appreciate something you had said, Jess, was like, this can be very like factual, point 1, point 2, but also at the same time that you can still be emotional as going through this.
Mm-hmm.
You can still look at this in different avenues and not just treat it like a checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not. I mean, it's this is your relationship. This is your marriage.
Well, I mean, honestly, as we've gone through our own marriage, like there may be times where like, yeah, we're checking all the boxes. It's great. But then something might happen with, say, an extended family member that causes an upset with one of us. And then that brings back some other traumas or like childhood experiences or things like that kind of starts to reaffect one of us kind of emotionally. And it definitely just helps to bring you back to what's important and help you keep focused on what you're supposed to be focused on.
Right. Yeah.
Because everything, life has a lot of moving parts.
Yes.
And you got to go with it. And
well, it's like, one of my triggers, and this is from growing up, and the way I grew up, is one of my triggers is when someone really does me wrong, or does something. My immediate response to that is like to cut them out of my life.
Cut them off.
And just be like, okay, I'm done with them. And I can literally be done and walk away with it. And you're like, why are you walking away from them? I was like, they did this. And you're like, but do you not think you should talk to them about it? And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, that's my natural.
Yeah.
That's my So I've, like, having you knowing that about me, though, has helped. You've helped me almost go, hey, just take a deep breath and think about it and go.
Yeah, it helps balance you out.
Yeah. And and even helps me process, and like, you're right. I am just like, this is dumb. I'm just going to be like, well, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. So
knowing those things helps not just me, but I'm sharing them with you. You helped me through that process. So, so these things are on our website. Go look, explore. There'll be a little assessment on our website. It'll be under the free section. It's like, which step am I in? If you're just curious and you just want to dig a little deeper and look into it, it's on there. Go take it. All you're going to do is give us your email. We're not going to spam you. I promise you. We don't have anything to spam you with.
No, we don't.
Basically. So
we're building the plane while we're flying it.
Yeah. So it's just a way for us to, you put your email in, name, and you'll get to download it.
And we're like, cool, they looked at it.
Yeah.
High five.
It's just kind of a way for us to know that somebody's actually looking at it. So go to the website, check that stuff out. There are some other things happening too. When you listen to this, we're starting to figure out how do we help fund some of the stuff. We've been pushing the bills around here out of our pocket. And so we're trying to upgrade mics and cameras and get all those things going.
Software, all the things.
Yeah. So we have a Patreon account that has started as Baggage Claim with Greg and Jess. And there'll be some exclusive stuff that you'll get there that you won't get anywhere else. So make sure
when we
you
figure
go to our
out how to
webpage.
do it.
No, we have a Patreon account. We're adding to that by the time this comes out.
We have the account. It exists.
Yes.
It's a great start.
We have levels. We got to
Step
figure
one,
out our levels,
check.
ship members. So, but that's a way for you to support us, get some fun stuff that you wouldn't get any other way, and we'll make it worth your while. I'm not trying to get rich. We're just trying to pay our hosting services and other things just to run the place around here. So. But thank you guys so much for joining in. Thank you for sharing. I just want to say these last 2 months, we've had more downloads in these last 2 months than we've had
ever.
These last 2 months have been our biggest months. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. You guys are awesome. You can always send us a text. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I know there's a button there. You can just click it, send us a text. If there's something you want us to talk about, let us know. You can reach out to us on our socials. Please follow us there because that's where you'll get all the updated stuff too, with websites and all the other stuff that's coming out, our Patreon account. So make sure you like and follow, subscribe, all those fun things. We're on all the socials.
And share.
Yeah, share it. So that being said, hopefully we see you February 21st for a live episode.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a blast. So peace out. And love you dogs, but it's not dog season. So go dogs.